Hello and good evening. Oh, wow. This has been a little while since I've done a live, to the point I needed distracting before the live, so I wasn't nervous about doing the live. Oh. Okay. So, for those of you who do not know what I'm doing, I am working on my red panda. This is my lovely cross-stitch conversion. Yeah, so this is my cross-stitch conversion. Let me show you. So this is my pad, and this is going to be the chart that I'm working off. I only do a 10 by 10 section at a time. And yeah, so this is it. I was just wondering what I did with the pattern. I think that might be in here. Don't know how the picture may be in black and white, but it definitely is a red panda. Okay. So I've got the paper version as well. Oh no, apparently I was talking before it all went live. That is absolutely no good. Okay. And of course I don't have a picture of what I'm going to be doing, because that would be lovely and simple. But I do have a paper one just in case I don't enjoy doing the app, but I do really love the app. Hello Arietta, thank you for coming to join me. Yeah, like I was saying, I'm don't know why, it's been a while since I've done a live, and I feel a little nervous, which is probably really silly. Okay. Pull that down. Okay. So I've got to say, I wasn't sure if tonight's live was even going to go ahead. I've just tried to put my little girl to bed, and she's not been well this week with the heat. She's had a little bit of heat exhaustion this week. Quick drink. Okay, let's start that again. So we knew that we were going to have busy weeks this week. We had Monday, normal day. Tuesday, we had a stay and play with Mummy and Daddy at her new school, which she'll be starting end of August. And then in the afternoon, we had a graduation party for her nursery that she will be leaving again end of August. But some of the children are term time only, so therefore they'll be leaving much sooner, like the end of this week. Anyway, I decided to, I do this every night. I picked her up from nursery, and I've been told that she got a temperature of 38.6. And when I found her, she was basically lying in front of 2 tower fans. Really not well. I wasn't sure if we were even going to make it to the school the next morning, and even the next morning I still wasn't sure of whether or not we were taking her. So yes, not been a fun time, but we eventually got a temperature down and got her happy to go go and do the playing, and we got the temperature down and everything was good. Next day she went into nursery, temperature much better, and as far as I was concerned, everything was fine. When I picked her up yesterday evening, I noticed she had a little bit of a croaky voice. She'd had no other symptoms of anything else, so I wasn't concerned about anything. Woke up this morning, a bit more croaky, and but again, fine otherwise. So we sent her in, picked her up tonight, and I said, she's not herself at the minute. Okay. And she's been really emotional and having tantrums all day. Again, didn't think too much of that. Got her home, and she seemed to just rapid decline. She's tilting her head to one side, complaining about pain, and yeah, which is not like her. Looks like it could possibly be an ear infection. So I was very surprised when I did take her up that she actually went straight down. I was expecting what problems. We gave her some Calpol, every parent's best friend, and I'm hoping for the best for tomorrow. Otherwise, one of us is going to be here. So, yeah. Also today, we, both me and my husband, we had to pop out and have a 10-minute chat with her new teacher. So just get an idea of who she is, and what sort of things she's into. So that seemed to go really well. It seemed to be such a lovely, caring school. Hopefully, if I tilt this light down, it won't be too much. This one's all the way across. Yeah, I don't know what it is about doing the charting diamond painting that I've really fallen in love with. I can't explain it, just I really like it. Which is a good job because I've got quite a few of them. So, how is everyone? Arietta said, I'm amazed that you can do chart to art and chat too. It's actually not that difficult. I say that as I'm about to make a huge mistake now I've said that, because tempting the fates and all. But I've got my iPad up here so I can see the chat, and then I've got down here I've got my my Lenovo tab, which I've got Pattern Keeper on. I've got a lovely little pen to mark off with. Basically work on a small area, and yeah, just away I go. Like I was saying in Arietta's live last night, I just downloaded Audible, and what I have been doing is listening to a book while I've been doing some diamond painting. Yeah, I've got to admit, I'm not nervous about doing this. I'm nervous about the chat because it's been so long. It's definitely been a couple of months since I've been able to do a live. But I thought, let's do it. This one. Okay. I thought, especially my little panda. I've been doing lots of floral, but I also don't feel that I can do the floral one on a live, as it is a mystery one and it could spoil the surprise for others who want to work on that piece at some point. I definitely love doing this now that I've got no looming deadline. I can just do a little 10 by 10 whenever I feel like it. No pressure. And I think that's what ruined doing the first one for me. But I'd seen other people do like a cross-stitch conversion and I was hooked on the idea. And I will definitely admit that although it was a crazy idea in the beginning, buying the tablet just for Pattern Keeper was worth it 100%. Pattern Keeper for me, I tried the markup RXP, I think that's its name, and that just was not working out for me. I was sort of like, I was talking myself out of it. I was talking myself into getting the subscription on the markup one and over the price of buying a whole new tablet. And this ended up winning out after many debates with myself. And yeah, do it again 100 times over. Don't know what it is about Pattern Keeper, but it just has, for me, a simplicity to it where, like, it makes sense. So let's talk projects. I'm doing one chart to art, which is my floral surprise moon-shaped Monday mystery, which I've got to say I am totally loving. I've got this one which I'm doing, which is a 42 by 42. I'm hoping to do a bit more now that I've realised I can do time lapses. And then crazily I've decided to fall down the Heaven and Earth Designs rabbit hole, and I've actually bought myself 2 of those kits that I will be turning into diamond paintings. So again, fully charted. And I was not looking at Diamond Art Studios, another chart art, the other day. I managed to talk myself out of it. But yeah, almost. They had a very, I know it's going to be cute. I can't see it because it's a mystery. But they had a haunted house ghost one, which apparently is not too cute, but it's not scary either. So that sounded quite cool. As you can see, I am using my single placer tray. Love this thing. I will be getting one of the combo trays because I do find it very difficult to get the tweezers into those gaps. As I'll show you in a second. Harrietta's put, you will be the conversion queen of the crafting oven. Yeah, no one else is crazy enough to go for the title. I definitely wouldn't want to compete with some people for the title of how many diamond paintings you can do in a month. That one's never going to be mine. One, 2, 3, and 4. So I'm also doing I've also got non-conversion wise, I've got my Bella Arts Heartbeats Blue, and I've also got a mystery one from Catered that I haven't done anything on in a couple of weeks. I do need to sit down. It's just difficult knowing that it's confetti heavy. Right, I'm going to do the rest of this white, and then I'm going to show you marking off on Pattern Keeper. For those of you who haven't tried it and were thinking about doing something along those lines, to there, and on there. Okay. Okay. So here is my lovely tablet, my pen. So with this, let me deselect. So everything's all white apart from the bits that you've already completed. And so I know I wanted to do the pound sign. So I find the pound sign in the list, select it, and it selects the entire canvas with everything with a pound sign in. Make sure you're on there's a search app, there's a move the canvas around, and there's a pen. So make sure the pen's selected, and then you pretty much just press on those. What I do like about this is if I press on the 7, because I've got the pound actually selected down the sidebar, it won't allow me to press onto the 7. So it will just highlight the ones that I actually want to highlight. So I'm done. But if I unselect it, I can then go and select any ones that I wanted to get selected, which I think is really cool. Okay, so I've selected 7 by mistake, for example. I've clicked yes, I've done that block, but of course I haven't done that block. So you click on it again, and at the bottom now, where there was a tick before, there's now a little frog, and it brings it back. So it's really that easy to correct something that you've made a mistake on. Like I say, this just seems to be so user friendly that yeah, it's just really, really nice to work with. So again, no promotion here. No one's paying me to say anything. But if they want to, you know where to find me. Yes, I'm a nutcase. Always going to be a nutcase. What we got? We want E7, 4, and an R. Yeah, okay. So, what shall I do first? Let's get the R done and out of the way. All done. Let's have a quick read. I used to regularly do 1 a month, but it's been a struggle to get a finish recently. I have been feeling that way myself, Arietta. It's everything's gone silly crazy at the minute, and focusing on one thing doesn't seem a possibility currently. E and R done. Plus, on top of everything else, I just feel tired all the time. And the heat's definitely not going to be helping with that. Hey Sarah, glad you could join us. It says, what size will your finished picture be? What, of the red panda? The red panda is going to be 42 centimetres by 42 centimetres approximately. I went bigger with the canvas, knowing that I could cut it down. You can't add stuff on, so I figured it was better to go bigger than smaller. 3, 7, missed a colour. Yeah, but for me, I'm thinking that I don't know what it is about doing a charted one that seems to relax me even more than just doing a normal diamond painting, but it does. I don't know if it's more that you can't actually see what's coming up when you're looking actually directly at the canvas. I don't know if that is what makes it more fun. Oh, 2 seconds. Matt, 42 centimetres by 42 centimetres, what's that? Not centimetres. What's that, inches?
Around 22, 23.
My husband says about 22, 23 inches. Wide and high.
No, 16 and a half.
Oh, apparently it's 16 and a half. So it's only a small one because I didn't want to pressurize myself into trying to do more than, because in all honesty I wasn't sure if I was going to like it, but I really wanted to try it, and I think in those situations you've just got to jump off at the deep end. Okay, cut a new section. I have like spare release papers that I cut down because they're only blank ones, and it saves me leaning onto things because I'm brilliant at leaning on things. You know, paint that you've just painted. Okay, wrong screen. So let's go down and do the next one. Let's start with a pound. Let's get this in here, and then I'll have another read. Okay, where did I get to? Finished picture. Yeah, I do. I've got to say, I do love a mystery. I think it's sort of like, it's sort of surprising that, oh, that's what it's going to be. Even though I know what this image is going to be, but it's nice seeing it actually form on the canvas. Let's see, 30 centimeters is 1 foot. I'm not really good at doing feet. Inches, if there's certain sort of like amounts of inches I can work out, like the 30 centimeters, I know that's 12 inches. And then if it doesn't divide into that, then no, I'm a lost hope. I have, while I've been like trying to work out what I'm going to do with the heaven and earth, it's sort of like I've got 2 rulers on my desk, 2 30-centimeter rulers, and I'm putting them side by side trying to work out how big a diamond paint's going to be. Yeah, see, totally nuts. Okay, so we've got 4 on the bottom row. I mean, for me, haven't changed it back over to the pen. For me, it's knowing that I don't have a time scale. All I've got to do is just enjoy what I'm doing. And that is literally all that matters to me, is that it relaxes me in an evening. It de-stresses me from work, from the daughter who's driving me crazy. And I love what I do. And I think if you have a hobby that makes you happy, then yeah, why do anything else? 3, 4, 5, 6. Miss one. There we go. So, one in the middle there. I pretty much said that I'm going to do 4 of these sections down all the way across and then work on going down, so on and so forth. That's at least my plan. But I love that his little ear is coming out. Sarah, if we ever meet, you can teach me how to draw, paint and crochet. How many of these do I need? 6. So 1 less than the line before. 4, 5, 6. Yep, perfect. Sarah's but it's a cute little ear. Now, in regards to crochet, many years ago, I did attend a beginner class. And I loved it, but I did struggle with, I was fine while I was in the class. Afterwards, when I went home with my little makeshift project, I struggled with my tension. I need video tutorials are just not going to cut it for me. I actually need an actual class where someone can work out what the hell I've done and fix it. Show me where I'm going wrong. I would love to just watch a video and go, ta-da! But the da-da's not with me. And across. So 5s, 5s and 5. Arita said, yep, we'll have to book you to run a workshop. I agree. I absolutely agree. Sarah's put how I paint. Start back to front, dark colours first, light on top. Okay, I need to start with the stick figure. And then just make it up as I go, because I'm self-taught with painting and never took a painting class in college. And then she said, tension is a harsh mistress with crochet, it just takes practice. In regards to the tension, the problem that I have is that I had very weak wrists after having the carpal tunnel surgery, and that has not helped me in the realms of tension. I mean, when I was first learning how to knit, my tension caused my little knitting project to go a little haywire. I started off with about 10 stitches, and it slowly expanded out to like 24. Okay, that's that colour done. Sarah said, I don't know how good of a teacher I would be. I think you would be an amazing teacher. If you have the patience after watching you do your drawings, then you've definitely got the patience for us. Okay. Let's go for D. Good old 310. Helps if I highlight the colour I'm going to be doing next. Okay, go backwards and from the top row. Sarah's put Cherry Blossom Breeze was my first painting after my carpal tunnel. That was fun. I would love to be able to do anything like that. And she's also put, hubby's chiming in to say that I have no patience. Pardon me when I lose patience with him. Now, I find when it comes to my crafts, I do have so much more patience than with anything else. I don't know why, because everyone says to me when I tell them that I do diamond painting, oh, I couldn't do that. I haven't got the patience for anything like that. And I always think people would be surprised just how well they would be able to actually do something like this. I'm always trying to enable others to be as nuts as I am. And I do, and I love doing what I do. Yes, absolutely enabler. Just like Arietta is. I drag you down with me, honey. Okay, that's 4 down. Those ones across. Okay, we've got 1 there, 1 a row up on the other side. Ta-da! You know you love me both. You know both of you love me. Yeah, one of those. When I finish this square, I'm going to dig out my mosaic craft. I haven't done too much more, but I have started on the second base plate. What colour am I doing next? I seem to have a few R's. Let's do R. Right, we've got 3 down there, 2 and 3. Right, we've got the black one, which is there, then 2 more diagonal. 1, 2. Okay, that's those 3 and those 3. Right, the middle diagonal one, go diagonal down to the left. 1, 2, and 3. Okay. Yeah, sometimes it is like a bit of intense concentration. But as long as you can count to 10, that's all you need. I think before I also tried to take on too much, as in I was trying to do more than one section at once, and again, you find out what works for you and you stick with it, and this works for me. Okay, so we're going 2 up, that one there, and 2 diagonal down, miss 1 and 2 up, miss 1 and 2 up. Oh, Arietta's battery ran out. Are you all plugged in now? W and M1X. Sarah's put, watching your work on a blank canvas versus mesmerising. Like, what is next? What is forming now? And it's as much of a as it's as much of a surprise for me as what it is. I know, like, ooh, I've got some brown. Don't mind me. I know what the image is going to be, but I don't have it in front of me. There is nowhere on this canvas where the image is. So it's sort of like, I like the fact that it is a little bit of a surprise for me myself as well. But I've got two gorgeous ones that I've decided to do. They're called minis because in cross stitch they would be so much bigger, but one of my minis is like 81 by 82 centimeters, so not that mini. 81 by 82. So what's that? Short of like 36 inches. So again with the not so mini. Put those off. Deselect. The other thing, down the sidebar where you've got all the colours, I do like that when you've finished using your colour, you've got the option to minimise it off so you don't have to scroll through a list of all the ones that you've actually completed of that particular colour, which I think is kind of cool. Okay, what am I doing next? Let's do E. Let's pull out L. Numbers 3, 7, 9. Okay. Okay. You can tell when you've got to the itty bitty ones that you're just doing one or two of one colour. Right, I'm doing L. That's L done. Let's do 3. I don't know what it is about these little creatures as well. I just think they're just so cute. Okay, done 3. Okay, let's do E next. Yep, we definitely get some of the redness come through now. Okay, mark the E's off. Done. Right, 1917. Oh, a question I'm guessing mostly for Arietta. Have you ever used the pick and twist pens that come from Diamond Art Club? And 2 sections done. say, I'm not going to finish this like any supersonic speed, but it doesn't have to be supersonic speed in my opinion. So yeah, very pleased with that. Also, another fun fact, let's see if I can grab my tablet again. Let's take it off marking so we don't have any accidents. Also, in the corner over here, it tells me that I've done 2,400 beads out of the total of 28,224. And it tells me that it's basically 8.5% I've completed of the diamond painting. But also next to it, it's got that I've done 200 stitches today, or in my case beads. Don't know how, if I lift that up, if you'll be able to see that any clearer. Let's see. So I think that's kind of cool. So you can actually see like your progress, which I do love. But let me see. Just so we can put it into perspective as well, I've just zoomed all the way out and you can see it starting to build. So yeah, very, very pleased, very pleased. Okay. So I've been on about my heaven and earth designs that I've picked, and these are the this is one of the ladies I'm going to be doing. This is called Mini Galaxy Girl. And she is beautiful. And I don't know how to go back. Give me a second. And then this one's called Mini Bounty of the Fall. And this is the bigger one. UPDF. And that is that one. Which I just fell in love with the colours and the chickens, obviously. But yeah, they're going to be my other big projects that I will be taking on when I find the time. Yeah, I thought you might like the chickens too. Okay, so this is my little Mosaic craft box. So these are all my little pixel things that I put on there. I just have a box to keep everything all together. Oh yeah, you can really. So I finished base plate number 1, which you can really see the and this is going to be base plate number 2, which will make up my, these called big ears. And that's what it should end up looking like in the end. So far, I've got to say, it is really good. I did have a slight fear while I've been doing this of like, have I turned it the right way? Because they've got little arrows on the back that show you which way that you are, so you were always turning the plate the right way. So, but you still have that fear of sort of like, have I put that all in the right place? So I'm quite pleased to say that, yeah, it is forming how it's meant to be forming. But I've got plans of doing another one of those, you know, just to keep things interesting. So, also recently I bought myself a little Lego kit. Not normally something I do very often, but I fell in love with these guys. So they're sort of like my desk companions. There we are. They're 2 little plant pots. And my husband has added a lightsaber to one of the plant pots. I don't know what sort of defense they actually need on my desk, but apparently they're to fight off the masses. But they are very cute. They keep me company. So, yeah, I'm not going to start another section because I've finished the end of the 4, and that's a good place to actually call it for a night. Yeah, let's not knock everything over. That'll be a good idea. 1 and 2. So my question to you, Arietta, is have you tried the Diamond Art Club twist pens? And what are your thoughts? I actually tried it for the first time the other night, and I quite like them. Again, it's very lightweight, which is like really good for me. I do find since I've switched over to lightweight pens, like this one, these are my 3D printed ones, and they weigh literally nothing, and I've found it so much easier for diamond painting for longer periods. That they're just so much more comfortable. And have a little stand. Because why not? And they fit in there lovely. And there's my little stand. Yeah, this pen, let me just open it up so you can see. You unscrew it. So I've only done this about once. You take this nib bit out. When you run out of wax in there, you basically get some and squish it down, push this down, screw it back on. Let me undo the tip. Yeah, wrong way. Yeah. And then you're meant to hold this bit, and then you twist it, and it starts to come out of the end of the pen. So you're not having to constantly replace it all the time. You just twist to get a little bit more out. I think it's a really cool idea. And I do love I do love the simplicity of it. I have seen that they've brought out the twist mechanism into like a stainless steel version, but they made it smooth. So this bit was all smooth, and some people said that they found it very difficult to do the actual twist mechanism. One of the people who I follow is Diamond Painting Jim, and I watched his video the other day that when he saw that, he struggled with the stainless steel twist mechanism, and he spoke to Diamond Club, and he managed to convince them about designing something that had a little bit more friction on there, and they've then made it and added it to their shop, which I think is such an awesome thing. And it was really nice that they actually listened to the comments. But yeah, okay, this is my little toolbox drawer. So I've got like a set of 3 drawers all this size, and when I've finished everything goes in here nice and neatly. Scissors too. And then, so I like having this right by the side of me, so I can just grab and go, and it's all nicely packed away at the end of the night. Okay, well, thank you everyone for coming and joining me. I cannot believe an hour has gone by. Hopefully I'm not going to lose my voice. But yeah, thank you everyone for coming and spending a little bit of time with me. If you're watching this on catch up, please come in and say hi. And yeah, I've really enjoyed it. It's been nice to actually do a live again. It's been a long time since I've last done one. Sarah, thank you. You're so organised. Yeah, I think that's... I have organised chaos. Does that make sense? I like organisation. I like all little boxes and containers and tubs and... but yeah, I'm still chaotic with it. Right, I'm going to love you and leave you. Everyone have a lovely evening, and I shall speak to you all very, very soon. Okay, you all take care. Bye.